So it's another Friday night. We're in the first week of the second lockdown. So I've researched it about being out, and youth services and provisions are still functioning. So we're just trying to encourage the young people to, stay safe. We'll just get there and say, listen guys, don't want you get into trouble. You've got to try and, change what's happening here, change what you're doing. Hopefully they'll listen, but nonetheless, we're just saying that we're thinking about you, we're here for you. If you need anything, let us know, and I'll let you know how we get on. There may be no one there, they might not be out, but we'll see. So here we are, we're actually out in the park and there's no one here. And if you look here, they've got something to help fight COVID and the spread of the virus. They're following government guidelines and they've closed this facility until further notice. But this leads on to the skate park, so there's no one up on the skate park. They've not closed the park itself because you can still access and get on here. And there's no one around, so we're going to move on and see if there's people anywhere else. Let you know how we get on. So we've just been out on the park. As we were leaving, two people came on. So we just went over, introduced ourselves to them, but they did know us, and so we just had a bit of a conversation with them before we left. But as we were leaving then, probably about 6 to 7 maybe youngsters came on, some with bikes. They have subscribed to us. They weren't really into God, but we tried to throw a conversation a little bit that way and said, that we're not necessarily going to be coming out, we're just trying to see if people are still out and trying to encourage safety and that kind of thing. And so the gospel went out really well in a sense earlier with the two, and we're still trying to encourage other people as well about God. And so we're going to move on, see if we can find any other areas where people are gathering. If not, we'll just call it an early night. Let you know how we get on. So we've been out tonight, we've been safe, we've encouraged people to be safe, even wearing the Ask Keith mask. However, what's happened tonight is that there's been limited numbers out there. Originally we met with 2 young people. We shared a little bit about God with them. Then we met about 8 maybe of the kind of regulars that we meet. And so they were a bit boisterous, and so we tried to share something about God, and then we moved on. But when we went to our usual place where we meet someone, they weren't there initially. And when we came back, as we was finishing for the night, we heard music, so we followed the music, and we thought it was going to be regulars, but we met with about 10 young people who we've never even seen before on one of our usual spots. And so when we started talking about God, they didn't want to know initially, or at least you got that kind of impression, but as they started to hear some of the concepts about God, some of the miracles that we've encountered about God, they started to open up more, started to ask more, so much so that they actually asked for cards at the end, because I mentioned the YouTube channel and that. And so we went out tonight with 70 subscribers. It would be interesting to have a look this weekend to see if that's increased. I'm assuming it would have, just based upon our encounters tonight. And so if we don't go out tomorrow night, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share as well these videos and what we're doing. And also, don't forget to ask questions about God. Why? Who can you ask? Why don't you ask Keith? See you next time. So here we are, it's a Saturday night, we're out again. We had quite a good night last night. Out of maybe 20 people that we met, I would say about 10 may have been new. At least some of them probably knew us, but we hadn't really spoke to them. And so yeah, the gospel went forth really well. And I did actually look, and out of those 10, I made 3 subscribers. And so we must have done something good. But we're out again tonight, and I'll let you know how we get on. So we've actually been out to our usual park, We saw a group of probably about 8, but actually they were a lot older and they were just out on a bike ride. They just collected in the what's known as the flower park, and they're all just congregating there. And so we're just moving on. I'll let you know if we actually come across a good park anywhere else. So we've actually turned up at this particular park. We spoke to 3 youngsters when we first arrived, and we had a good encounter there. And then we actually met up with the youth zone workers, and they actually knew about me. Some of the young people have put out a good report about me, especially about the hot chocolate and donuts. And so they said, "You're Keith, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, how come you know me?" And they said, "Everyone in all the parks that they come across is talking about me." And so yeah, that's a good thing. But we then ventured further deep into the park and met up with a few more youngsters. These are the older end, and we spoke to them about God, and we handed out some cards there. That was a good meet, and so hopefully we'll probably get a few more subscribers. We may go out now and check out another park. I'm not too sure, but if we do, I'll let you know how we get on. If not, thanks for watching, but we're moving on. So we've been out tonight. We've gone to another park. There was no one there. We anticipated that there might be 1 or 2, but I think there were some youth workers also walking around. I've heard that because of lockdown, a lot of the youth workers that work within buildings are now out on detached work. And like I said, we did meet up with some people from the youth zone, and they knew about the work that we were doing, asked Keith. And so they introduced themselves to us. So we had a bit of a chat with them. But it's been a good night. We're looking to go out next week. So, you know, if you're out and about, give us a shout. And see you soon. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you like what we're doing. Or if you've got any questions, don't forget to post them on the end of the videos. And we're going to start a new series hopefully this week, so look out for that. It could be a really good series, and yeah, see you soon.
Ask Keith.
Ask Keith. Ask Keith.
See you next time.
Ask. What? Yeah, see you next time.
Ask Keith. See you next time. Subscribe.